A letter arrived after my father's funeral. It was never meant for me. 3 days after my father's funeral, someone knocked on my front door. Standing outside was an elderly postman I'd never seen before. He wasn't carrying flowers. He wasn't offering condolences. Instead, he held a faded yellow envelope with trembling hands. He looked at me for a long moment before asking, "Are you Daniel Carter's son?" I nodded. He slowly placed the envelope into my hands and whispered, "Your father begged me to wait until after his funeral." I looked down. Across the front, written in my father's handwriting, were 6 words. "This was never meant for you." My heart began pounding. If it wasn't meant for me, why had he made sure I received it? The letter. I stared at the envelope for several minutes. Part of me wanted to throw it into the fire. If my father had hidden this secret his entire life, maybe it deserved to stay buried. But another part of me couldn't live without knowing. I carefully broke the seal. Inside was a handwritten letter. The very first sentence made my hand shake. "If you're reading this, then I ran out of time, and I have failed 2 people I loved more than my own life." 2 people? Who was the second? Memories that never made sense. As I kept reading, memories I hadn't thought about in years came rushing back. Dad disappeared 1 weekend every month. He received birthday reminders that weren't on our family calendar. He always stepped outside whenever a certain phone number called. And there was 1 locked drawer in his bedroom he never allowed me to touch. As a child, I never questioned any of it. Now every memory felt like another piece of a puzzle. The next line read, 28 years ago, fear made me choose silence instead of courage. Then I saw a name I'd never heard before. Emily. Who was Emily? The photograph. Before I could keep reading, something slipped from the envelope. An old photograph landed on the floor. It showed my father smiling beside a little girl, holding her hand as if he never wanted to let go. I turned the picture over. For heartbreaking words were written on the back. "Tell her I'm sorry." Then I noticed something that made my stomach tighten. The little girl wore the exact same silver bracelet my father had kept hidden inside his locked drawer for decades. Why had he kept it all these years? Who was she? At the bottom of the letter was an address. Without thinking twice, I grabbed my keys. The search, the drive felt endless. Questions raced through my mind faster than the road beneath me. When I arrived, an elderly woman slowly opened the front door. She looked into my eyes, then at the photograph. Tears immediately filled her own. She didn't ask who I was. Instead, she quietly whispered, "I knew one day you'd come." I froze. "How do you know me?" She smiled sadly. "You have your father's eyes." Then she invited me inside. Major reveal. After a long silence, she picked up the photograph. "The little girl is Emily." I nodded nervously. Then she said the words that changed my life forever. "She's your sister." The room began to spin. I wasn't an only child. Years ago, after separating from Emily's mother, my father let fear, shame, and pressure from both families control his life. But he never stopped loving either of us. Every unexplained trip, every hidden birthday card, every secret phone call. He had been trying to be a father to both children while protecting everyone from the truth. Instead, his silence hurt us all. Emotional reunion. Footsteps echoed from upstairs. A woman slowly walked into the room. The moment I saw her, I saw my father. His smile, his eyes, even the way she tilted her head. She stopped a few feet away, tears already falling. In a trembling voice, she whispered, "I spent my whole life wondering if I had a brother." I couldn't speak. I simply walked toward her. We embraced. For the first time in our lives, neither of us felt alone. Final twist. As we prepared to leave, the elderly woman suddenly remembered something. "Oh, Your father asked me to give you this only after you found Emily. She placed a small brass key into my hand. Attached was another note. If Emily is standing beside you when you open the box, then you're finally ready to learn the truth. She pointed toward the attic. Hidden beneath years of dust sat an old wooden chest. My hand shook as I unlocked it. Inside was a sealed envelope, a tiny hospital bracelet, a faded newborn photograph. Across the front, written in my father's handwriting, were 6 chilling words. One of you isn't my child. Emily and I looked at each other in complete silence. Every answer we had found had just become a far bigger mystery. Final narrator line. Sometimes the people we lose leave behind more than memories. Sometimes they leave behind a truth that changes everything. Outro. If this story resonated with you, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to join the MindShadow Stories community. Every like, comment, and subscription helps us continue sharing unforgettable stories filled with mystery, emotion, redemption, and life-changing secrets. Until next time, thank you for watching. And remember, sometimes the greatest mysteries aren't hidden in the world around us. They're hidden within our own families. We'll see you in the next story.
Every shadow holds a lesson. Thanks for watching MindShadow Stories. Subscribe for more unforgettable mysteries.